Hey guys, it's Shannon. Today I'm going to do my beauty and fashion hot picks for the month of October. Now, this is really late and I am aware of that. I wasn't going to do it at all this month because, as you know, I was on vacation. But I did ask you guys about how you would like me to handle these, kind of going forward, because I typically like to be ahead of the trends and some people like to be right on the trends, and so I kind of asked you guys whether you would prefer me to always stay ahead of the trends, because that's what I prefer. I like to kind of push my own trends, and then when everybody else is doing it, I like to already be on to the next thing. And but a lot of people like to be right on trend and just to kind of be doing what the really popular thing is right now, and they just want to kind of blend in. And so I kind of asked whether you wanted me to continue doing it the way that I've done it and always stay ahead, or whether you wanted me to do these videos talking about the trends that are happening right now. And everybody that commented said that they wanted to stay ahead of the game. So that's what we're going to do. And I did have a video in mind for this month anyway, and time just got away from me, and so I hadn't done it. But since you guys want to keep doing it the way we've always done it, and I already knew what I was going to talk about anyway, I decided, what the heck, I'll just do it even though the month is halfway over, and we'll just keep the ball rolling. So for the month of October, beauty-wise, I really don't have anything to talk about for you guys. October is pretty much the same year after year. The colors all go darker, the plums, the burgundies, that all comes out. You start to see grays and blacks, and it's the same year after year. So there's not a whole lot to tell you about that, other than to preach at you again to darken up your lip color. And luckily, everybody else is starting to say the same thing, so I'm kind of excited that people are starting to jump on the bandwagon about using darker lip colors. But you can darken up everything. You can darken up your blush, you can darken up your eye colors. October especially, because it's like Halloween time and all that kind of thing, you can get away with those deeper, darker colors that you're maybe a little bit afraid of. Doesn't mean it has to be bright red. What I would recommend if you're a little bit afraid of going darker is to, whatever colors you wear all the time anyway, still use that same color, just pick a deeper shade of it. So if you wear nude pink lipstick all the time, then still wear pink lipstick, just go with a little bit of a darker shade of pink. If you are a peachy girl, then keep it peachy, maybe just go a little bit deeper, or take your peachy a little bit brown. I love plums and burgundies, and so those are colors that I like to pull out at this time of the year. But don't be afraid of it. Ease your way into it. It's going to be the same thing this time next year too, so you can use it for a while and then put it away when you want to start to lighten your colors back up again. That's fine. Okay, so beauty is just blah, and don't really have much else to tell you about beauty. Fashion, however, I do have something I want to recommend, and I was going to wait and tell you about it in November, but I just feel like it's perfect for October. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you about that. Now, we know that the 90s are back in full force. Everything is about the 90s. It's been that way. It's been coming along for a long time. I've been telling you for the last year that 90s stuff was coming back. And, we're into it now, and everybody's wearing their Doc Martens now, just like I said they would a year ago, blah, blah, blah. So I want to kind of push you guys a little bit further into that look. I don't want you to, if you're going to do the 90s looks, you just got to do it. Don't dabble in it, have fun with it. And so what I want to recommend that everyone use is a fabric, and that fabric happens to be velvet. And I know you're thinking, velvet? What the heck? But trust me, velvet can be really fun if you do it the right way. So I have a couple pieces I'm actually going to show you that are from my wardrobe. One of them being from the 90s, and one of them being more current. So you can kind of get a feel for how we did it back then, and how you can pull off the hardcore 90s look right now if you want to. And then another look for some of you that are not quite ready to, go right back to the 90s, or if you feel like you're just a little bit too old to really pull off those looks, you do want to dress your age. And so I have a version for the more mature woman as well. So I have a couple dresses to show you, and the first one, this one is straight out of the 80s. This one is straight out of the 90s. I probably bought this dress in probably the 92, 93 sort of school year. I was in college during the early 90s. And so it's, it's either like 92, 93, 93, 94 year. And it is a velvet dress. Actually, I had a few of them. I had some in different colors. This one happens to be green. And you can see that the neckline has this, kind of sort of angled pattern in the neckline. The sleeves are they're just short sleeves. They're not really like a butterfly sleeve. They're longer than a cap sleeve, but they do have just a little bit of, flutter to them. And this is the first time that we really started to see baby doll cuts starting to come into play, because we were trying to get away from the boxy t-shirts that we had from the late 80s, and we were starting to, start to show our figures. So you started to see it with little dresses like this, and then a few years later, kind of towards the late 90s, you started to see the baby doll t-shirts come out. So this is where you start to see the seaming. And as you can see, this does have, hopefully you can see, it does have princess seaming, kind of there, sort of down the sides. And then the bottom of the dress is actually just a little bit of like a flutter, so it gives it a little bit of an A-line, and it kind of floats away from the body a little bit. And then on the back, there's seaming as well. And it also has, I don't know if hopefully you can see, but it also has the stripe across the top, and then the seaming comes down, and that helps to pull, pull the waist in. So how do you wear this? Go find yourself something like this. They are available. They're going to become more available, because as we continue into the 90s look, they're going to keep bringing out more and more things. But how do you wear this? You wear this with a pair of black tights, nice thick black tights. They can be textured, although you want to be careful that the texture doesn't compete with the velvet, with the look of the velvet, because velvet has an obvious visual texture to it as well. So you don't want your leggings to compete, you want them to go. So even though you want it to be a texture, you want the texture to sort of blend in, but you do want it to be kind of a thick, chunky knit, because you want it to look like a warm dress style look. So you're going to get your nice tights, or you're going to wear some fishnets with it. And on your feet, you're going to put your Doc Martens, and you're going to wear them open with the tongue flapped down, just kind of loose around the ankles. You don't want to tighten them up when you're wearing this dress, because it's going to make your ankles look too skinny and your calves look too wide, and it will make you look like an ice cream cone and add extra weight to you that you don't want. So you want to loosen up the tops and let the tops kind of flap open, and that way it gives you, some balance from top to bottom. So here's the first example. This is straight out of the 90s. If you want to rock the 90s, this is the way you rock it. And you're going to see velvet here and there coming out more and more and more over the upcoming months. Another example of how to wear it, if you're a little more mature and you're not going to be wearing Doc Martens unless you're going hiking, but you're definitely not going to wear them with a skirt, and you maybe are not going to wear a short baby doll dress either, because you're just a little more mature and you want to dress more sophisticated and dress your age. So this would be an option for you. So this is a navy blue dress. This is one that I got from Avon a few years ago, and it just has this kind of wide neckline. It has long sleeves, and this is really just like this goes straight down all the way to the ground, or close to the ground. You do see a little bit of leg, down at the bottom, but not a whole lot. And I don't know if you can really tell or not, but this one does have kind of lines in the velvet. Can you guys see that there's, I don't know if you can see, but there you can see. There's, the velvet has sort of like strips of velvet. So there's some visual interest that goes on with this dress that you don't see as much in this one. This is more of a classic velvet where you brush it one way and it's light, and you brush it the other, it's, it's dark kind of thing. This one has visual interest just in the fact that it's sort of little strips or panels of the velvet that go all the way down. And how do you wear this? Because you don't want this to be like long Morticia style dress. So what you're going to do with this is, you can wear this with regular heels or a cute pair of have you ever seen like the wedged penny loafers? They're a wedge heel, but they have the classic rounded penny loafer style toe that's sort of a twist on a really professional looking shoe. You can wear it with something like that. I would recommend that you either belt it, but be careful, because this dress, for instance, is not one that I'm necessarily going to belt, because it's such a thick fabric that to have that thick fabric and all of that visual texture going on, and the thickness and lushness of the fabric, to add another belt, it's almost too much. You can make yourself look bulky with belts if you're not careful. So this dress in particular I would not belt, but if it were a little bit thinner of a velvet material, I would definitely belt it with the same style. So with this one, I like to throw a blazer over the top of it, because the blazer gives it the shape. It cinches in your waist, there's seaming in the blazer, and then you just have that long skirt, and you have the lengthening effect, because you have that navy blue going all the way down, you know, from the neck all the way down. So it can make you look a lot taller if you do it the right way. Now, if you can't find a velvet dress, because companies are going to produce these, but they're not going to, you know, velvet, it can be a hard fabric to sell to people sometimes. So they're not going to produce them in giant quantities. You're going to see them here and there, and you're really going to have to, you know, be looking for them if you want one. So what's another way that you can introduce velvet into your wardrobe? Well, accessories is an easy way to do it. You can easily get, you know, a velvet belt, a velvet scarf. You can get fedoras. A lot of times will either have a velvet band, or they will be velvet material with, you know, just a regular fabric band around it. That's a good way, and with it being winter, it's a perfect time to wear a fedora. You also can a lot of times find the big kind of 70s style floppy hats that have the velvet band. My suggestion would be to get a necklace made of velvet, or sometimes you can get the wrap bracelets. You can find those a lot of times with velvet, made of velvet. And so what you're going to see is you're going to see, you know, where the chain would normally be is going to be a strip of velvet. And that makes for a really easy DIY project if you like to kind of make your own jewelry and do it yourself, or you just have fun with the DIY things and you just like to do things yourself. Or if you want to save a little bit of money, you can always do that yourself. Just take a velvet ribbon and get, you know, your favorite big chunky pendant or brooch, and just, you know, string it onto the velvet and tie the velvet in the back. I mean, voila, you're done. Same thing with the bracelet. You can put that brooch or pin onto a very long ribbon, and you can wrap it multiple times and tie it off. You know, you can tie it into a big ribbon on your wrist itself. You can even tie it into like a bow style ribbon around your neck if you want to, if you just want the velvet to stand out. So there's a million things you can do. Headbands, I mean, the options are endless. But this is going to be something where if you like to be a little ahead of the game, if you like to be a little edgier than everybody else, if you like to set the trends and not just follow the trends, then this will eventually, you'll see a lot more of it. Eventually, you know, a year from now, everybody will have it. But this is going to be a good way to really say, you know what, I'm going to rock the 90s, and this is how you rock the 90s. One of these. Particularly if you can find yourself a dress in this style. And this one actually was made by In Charge, is the brand for this green one. I don't know, you could try to look it up online, and who knows, maybe somebody just like me has one that they're willing to sell to you. I'm not selling you mine, I'm keeping mine. But anyway, I think I probably bought it at Rave, like a Rave outlet or something. You guys remember Rave? Remember that store? Are there any Raves around anywhere anymore? I don't know. I know they're not around here anymore, but there might still be some floating around somewhere. So anyway, so that's it. So just like my name says, my name on here is Original Slushy. Be original. That's what this is all about. It's always fun to follow trends and to know what the trends are and to know what they will be. But the important thing is to find what suits you and really just be original. Be yourself. And so that's what we're about here, is just finding ways that we can make fashion fun, and finding ways that we can have fun with the trends, and finding ways that we can just express our own sense of style. And so that's what I'm all about. So be original. And let me know if you have any velvet down below, and let me know if you rocked any velvet in the 90s, if you are as old as me. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.